Welcome back. You're here with Crystal from Crystal Clear Coaching. Today we are on the 3rd of March 2026 and I'm proud of myself. I got up at a decent time. I thankfully didn't have work until 12, which meant I had the entire morning to myself, and I'm not gonna give myself delusions of grandeur or anybody else. But I just got up. I mean, it was like 7:30, and by the time I actually got out the door, it was probably past 8. And I just went for a walk and got a coffee. And then, because I just bought a smoothie maker, I was like, well, I better grab some supplies so that I can make a smoothie. So, I went and got some of that from the supermarket all in the morning. I'm like, what is this? Me in a supermarket in the morning, going outside in the morning when I don't have outside accountability or work to go to? Unheard of. Anyway, I did that and it felt great. And then I came back, had a leisurely time making a smoothie, my new smoothie maker, and it felt good because I'd actually moved my body this morning and did a bit of rolling on my muscle roller too. It's just a good time, and then had plenty of time to then get ready and head to work, to be at work for 5 hours, and it was great. And I just felt, filled my day at first, and that's the energy that I want in my life more. And this is why I keep going on and on about this when clearly I suck at it. Staking a claim in my day first thing, before everyone else's ideas and all the obligations and wants and needs get in the way and take over. We actually have to create a life where we get to stake that claim in our day first, rather than just go with the whims of whatever is going on. And I'm sure there's many people out there that recognise that and have happily done what they can to adhere to it and create for themselves from a much earlier age. Here I am, 37, still learning to do it for myself. Happy to get up and do all the stuff when there's someone else to do it for, like a job, for instance. And yeah, but actually having it for me felt so great. So great. So if you're also an ADHD or neurodivergent or just a night owl that struggles to get up and do what you need to do in the morning, here's my invitation to give it a whirl. And also, don't be so hard on yourself if it really is a struggle for you to get up in the morning. Like, I'm lucky that I chose a day where I had work at 12, so I actually had lots of time without having to get up super early to be able to have a leisurely morning to myself. And I do want to cultivate getting up earlier, but like last night, for instance, on my video last night, I was trying to get myself to pin down a time, and I've been trying to get myself to pin down a time that I have to be up by and trying to be hard and fast about it. You know what? I was thinking about it on my walk this morning. I think what I need is actually just, making sure there's space for me to choose doing those things for myself that are gonna fill me up first. Just feeding myself. Honestly, I struggle to feed myself in the morning. Sometimes I get very bored by food, like not breakfast food in general, but just like anything. If I have to cook, like that's usually the food that I want to be eating, but if I have to cook it, I ain't doing that in the morning. Unless it's a smoothie. That's not cooking, obviously, but it's preparing. Which is why I bought my smoothie maker. But it's like, I just thought, well, what if I don't get so hard and fast about a certain time I have to be up? Because I know myself. I know I'll mean the best at night time when I set that time. And then the next morning I'll just turn my alarm off, and roll back over. And there's obviously a degree of discipline. I need to just not do that within reason. But I also don't want to disappoint myself immediately first thing in the day that, oh, I didn't do it again. I didn't get up at the time when my alarm went off, and making myself wrong immediately at the start of the day, making myself not good enough right at the start of my day, when I have free will and I can choose, and I have free will to choose whether I make it mean that or not. I have free will on my days off, on my mornings off, to choose what I do with my time. I don't have any dependents, and yet I'm choosing to berate myself. Something don't add up here. It's not a good way to treat myself, is it? So if anyone else is a night owl that's attempting to have better routines to stake a claim in their day in the morning or first thing, whatever first thing is for you, maybe you're a shift worker and mornings aren't really something you get the privilege of. But yeah, let's just not be so hard on ourselves. What if I just wasn't so hard on myself? And as long as I know that I've got a good few hours before I start work, because I do have a job which currently starts usually a bit later, not always, but usually, why not, just make it a rule that, well, even if I'm not up by a certain time per se, let's just make it a rule that I'm up at the very latest 3 hours before my shift starts. So then I've got an hour to do something for myself before I then have to get ready and then head off and travel to work, It's just I need to do it a different way, because I've been trying so hard for so long and it's just not got me very far, and it's been really disempowering, and I feel like I make it mean too much. And we're meaning-making machines, us human beings. What if I just didn't make it mean so much, and I just kind of let go of all the fucking gunk I've thought of, and I just choose to get up and do things for myself earlier in the day without it being this oh god, 5 out of 7 days a week, or roughly. And I just choose to enjoy slower, intentional mornings where I'm actually feeding myself. I don't know. If there's any other night owls there, or if there's reformed night owls, ones that have learnt how to get up early without external influences, because I work in film for very long. Trust me, I can get up and I can be at work and be doing things by 5 a.m. frequently for months on end if I need to be. But I need that external work source. But when it comes to my own things for my life, I don't do that for myself. So, yeah. If you do it because of work and that's just how your life's set up and, it works for you, then great. But, I have such a chaotic, work lifestyle, depending on what job I'm working on or what random career I'm doing right now. I just don't know. I make it so chaotic, everything's so chaotic that I just kind of don't set up good routines that's actually for me, But yeah, if there are any reformed night owls that have some helpful hints, hit me up. It's probably all the stuff that I know I should do. Things like, so the life coach Mel Robbins talks about the 5-second rule, and I think one of her 5-second rule things is your alarm goes off and you get out of bed, but she also makes you roll out of bed so that you basically get moving your body immediately before you can catch on to the fact that you have to get out of bed. I like the idea of that, but my room ain't as big and fancy as hers, so I'm probably gonna hit my head trying to do that half asleep. So, and I like to have the alarm go off and roll over and try and remember what I was dreaming about. You know, it's kind of fun. But then sometimes I just end up dreaming more. So, yeah, and there is that Dumbledore quote, "It does not do to dwell on dreams and forget to live." And I'm such a dreamer. Anyway, yeah. I think we just have to, with these, you know, if we need better routines for ourselves or a better way of showing up with certain patterns or ways of seeing the world, perspectives that we have, like, what if we, you know, took the time to, like, notice and tune in to how we talk to ourselves around the patterns we're not necessarily happy with, like, and notice, like, is me being hard on this pattern for myself actually being more detrimental than just the pattern itself, you know? Like, hopefully that makes sense. Like, because we can be so negative about, oh, we were gonna stop doing that. Here we are, we still want to stop doing that. And so we're just nagging ourselves in our brains frequently. When, what if we just let it go and just did our damn best, you know? And just chose to be peaceful around it to a degree. I know it's always not going to happen 24/7, but yeah, can we just choose peace around, like, still hold space for doing better, but don't make it mean anything if we're not showing up that way all the time, you know? Okay, I'm going to leave it there for today, but maybe to tune into you and what's actually going on when you're trying to be better with things, and whether it's, yeah, maybe going to serve you better just to stop berating yourself and still hold space for doing better in that area without pressuring yourself so much that you're just driving yourself bonkers, you know? Clearly speaking from experience. Much love. I will see you tomorrow.